Hi everyone, so today I want to show you how I made this card. Now, this is something I saw on Karen Burniston's channel. However, she'd used a die especially for it. So if I open it up, you can see. Okay, now she'd used a die for this, but I haven't got that die, and I wanted to try and work out a way of doing it. So this is what I came up with. Now this one I've tweaked because it's a bit messy, as you can see inside, so I've done a slightly different way of doing it. But so we're going to make this card today with the pop-up stars, and so this is done without a die. So what you need to start with is you're going to need a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card blank. So here's I've actually cut this myself out of some card because I wanted it to be the same colour on both sides, and I didn't want it to be white. So there's my card blank. Okay, now you also need a set of nesting star dies. So I've got these. Okay, and the widest one, the largest one, this one here, measures 4 inches from here to here. Okay, so across the widest point it measures 4 inches, and so I've measured this base bit here, and that is what I've based my hinge mechanism off. So you just need to look at your nesting dies, and whatever you've got you can use. I'll give you the measurements in a minute for the little hinges, but just remember that it depends on what your largest die is as to what your measurements are going to be. So I'm going to tell you what mine will be. So you need some nesting dies. Now with your nesting dies, you're going to cut out 6 of the large, 6 of the medium, and 6 of the small. So I've got 6 of these, 6 of the gold, and 6 of the small pattern. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and stick all of my 6 down so that they're all matte and layered like that. So I should end up with 6 stars that look like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick those down now. Right, so here I've got my 6 stars all made up. Okay, so they're made up of the large, the medium, and the small stars. Okay, so they're all ready to go. So we're going to put those to one side just for now, but at least you've got them ready. Right, next we're going to concentrate on the front and get the front done, because once you stick the mechanism in, it makes it very difficult to stick anything on the front. So for the front, you're going to need a matte panel. Don't worry about the star, I just cut one of my gold stars out of it. You don't need to do that, I just didn't want to waste card. So one panel that is 5.5 by 5.5, and that's going to go on the front, and a pattern panel that is 5.25 by 5.25. This paper and all the papers that I'm using is from the Dovecraft Twilight Wishes paper pack from Christmas 2019. Okay, some beautiful, beautiful papers in here, and I thought it was only fair that we use them. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down now. Right, so as you can see, I've stuck my gold matte layer down on, and then my pattern layer on top. And next we need to sort out what decoration we want on the front. If it's going to be very bulky, then I would leave it to the end. And I think I'm going to do that with this one. I'm going to put the decoration on at the end because I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing on the front yet. So if we have a look inside, you're going to need 2 matte panels, and these are the same as the outside. These are, actually no they're not, they're 5.25. These are 5.25 by 5.25, 2 of them. So we're going to go ahead and stick these down onto our card blank. Right, so there we go. So I've stuck the 2 gold panels into the centre of my card. Now what you need now is you need 2 pattern panels that measure 5 inches by 5 inches. And what you're going to do is you're going to die cut out either the large or the medium star. I've used the medium star just because I didn't think I was going to matte and layer my stars at the time of cutting this out, but as you can see, this is the medium star. Okay, so you want to cut out the star and make sure that you have one bit that's central and you have one bit that's a point that's central, because one is going to go like that and the other one, so there's my point, is going to go like that, so your points face out. So if you look on this one, you see how my points face outwards. Okay, so you want to make sure that they're like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick those down. Okay, so I've gone ahead and stuck my pattern paper down, as you can see. So that's your front and that's your inside. Now what you want to do is you want to take 3 pieces of card. Now I've used the same card that I've used for the card blank, this purple card, and you're going to cut one down to be 3 inches wide by whatever the width is of your stars. So my star here, okay, this bottom bit of the star here measures at the bottom, it's 2.5 is what it measures. If you measure between the 2 points, it's 2.5 inches. So I've cut this so that it's 2.25. So if you look on there, you can see it's just slightly shy. Okay, so whatever your width is of your item, you want that width by 3 inches, and you need 1 piece. Okay, then you need 2 pieces that again are the same width as your item, and they're by 2 inches. So in my case, I've done 2.25 by 3 and 2 pieces that are 2.25 by 2. Okay, so what you now want to do is take your scorer, your scoreboard, take the piece that is, obviously mine's, I say 2.25 by 3, and on the 3-inch side, you're going to score it at 1, 1.5, and 2. Okay, so you're going to score it like that, and then you're just going to fold all of those over to be mounted folds. So you end up with that. It's almost like a little house. Okay, so just put that to one side for the moment. That's the piece that's going to go in the centre. Now the 2 outside pieces that are going to stick to that piece, like I said, they're 2 inches by whatever the width of your die cut is. If you turn it round to the 2-inch side, you're going to score every 1/2 inch. So you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inches, and 1.5 inches. And you can do the same again. On the 2-inch side, you're going to score 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. Okay, and again, you're just going to fold those exactly the same as you've done that one. So you're going to fold them all, so they're all mounting folds all the way along. So there's one piece. Do the same with this one. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces that are the same and 1 piece that's slightly different. So, bringing back our card blank, what you're going to do is you're going to stick, so on your 3-inch piece, 3 by whatever it is, these 2 pieces here are going to have red tape on. Now I would use red tape just because you really want it to be stuck, and it's going to have a lot of pull from where the stars open up. So it's better if you put red tape on those. And 1 piece of red tape there. Okay, so that's my 3-inch side, and that's my 2.25 inch side. So now if you fold the whole thing in half like that, peel off the backing on one side. You want to get it nice and central. You've got your stars to go by, so I would use those. This is my sticky side. I'm going to just literally put it right into that crease of that card, and I'm going to shut the card on it like that. Okay, and then all you need to do is peel off the backing of that and shut the card on that. So when you open it up, now mine's not wanting to stick properly. Actually, that's fine because it's not going to be open flat anyway. As you might be able to see on mine, I've got a little bit, it's lifting a little bit just there. Okay, but that's why you've done red tape, and it just means that they won't have it all the way flat anyway, so that's fine. It'll have to be fine, it's red tape, it's stuck. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take one piece. Now on this piece, we want this to stick like that. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see? So this is the piece. So your two central pieces, one central piece goes against the side of this, and the other central piece sticks to the actual card itself. Okay, can you see that? So we're going to go ahead and stick tape, red tape, onto these two pieces. Again, the two middle pieces. And again, I'm going to take the backing off one of the pieces. I'm going to take my card, and I'm just going to put it, so I'm going to bring this little flat bit back, and I'm going to put that into there and just stick those two together like that. So you end up with that, which looks really weird. Okay, so that's the inside piece, and that's the side piece we've just done. So now I'm going to take the tape off here and stick that onto the card blank. Like that. So you've got this really weird piece. Looks very odd. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So you take your little strut and you put tape here and you put tape here. Okay, so there's my tape, and again I'm going to take one side off. I fold it in half. I'm just going to turn my card around because I find it easier to do it on the right hand side. So I'm going to put that into that corner there, and I'm going to stick it to the middle piece like that. So you can see I've now got two. That's all we've just done. This is all on the other side, and I'm now going to take this piece of tape off and just stick that down. Okay, so now we've ended up with a very strange piece in the middle of our card. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our stars, and I've got two purple and gold. I've got four of these, and then I've got two stars that are this teal colour. So I'm going to start with my central stars. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to start with the outside stars, I think, and work my way across. So, with the stars, what you want to do is you want to turn them over, and you're going to want to put some red tape just at the top of your star and stick the two stars together. You don't want to put any further down, you literally just want to put it at the top. So I'm going to put a piece of tape at the top here, like that. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of tape, I'm going to stick it at the top of the star, and then what you want to do is take some more red tape, and you're going to put a piece, so that's the top of my star, These are the 2 feet. These 2 feet are going to attach onto those tabs. So we're going to put a bit of tape at the bottom. And you want to make sure, because I've used 1/2" tape, because I know that these tabs are 1/2" tall. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have it so that from here upwards is 1/2 inch. You don't want the tape to be too far up, otherwise it's going to be stick to bits you don't want it to stick to. So I'm going to do the same on the bottom of this one. I don't need to put tape on the top there because that's going to stick to that in a minute. I just need to make sure I've got tape on the feet. So again, I'm just going to use my grid because that will help me. Like that. Okay, and I'm just going to, because as you can see, you can either snip the excess off, but I'm just going to peel it back on itself. Like that, and like that, like that, and like that. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other one. And then this one that's got the sticky bit on the top, we're going to stick that in. Let me turn it around so I've got the front. So that's the front of my card. So we're going to take it, these are the feet, and we're going to put it underneath this flap. So you see this very edge flap here. We're going to stick it to there, like that, and we're going to stick the tab onto it. Okay, so that goes, you see how that goes at the bottom there. I've got a little bit of sticky there, so I'm just probably going to stick a little bit of card over the top of that. Or the other thing you could do is just dust it with a bit of talcum powder or something, just to take off the stick. There we go. Just dusted it with a bit of talcum powder. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my other star, which is here. These feet are going to connect, so let me show you. So you've got this here. Now this piece here goes down, across and up. So on this side here, that's where you're going to stick your other feet. So take your little star, put it into place. I don't know if you can see that. So on that piece there, I've got 2 stars either side. Okay. See that? So now what I'm going to do is bring these 2 up together and join it at the top. Like that. So when this folds flat, that star should fold flat too. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now we're going to repeat this process for the middle star. I'm going to do the middle star next. Actually, no, I think I'll do the outside. I'll do the 2 outside stars and then I'll do the middle star. That's probably the easiest way of doing it. So the other outside star is the other purple ones. So I'm going to repeat the same process I've done for that on here. So let's turn this over. Just move that out of the way. So I need 1 piece of tape at the top. And then I'm going to use a slightly slimmer. No, I'm not. And then 2 pieces of tape at the bottom of each of the feet. Okay. So again, I'm going to take this, obviously this is going to go on the outside tab, so I'm going to take my star, put its little sticky feet by the tab and press down. And again, if I've got any sticky bits, just going to give them a quick talcum powder. And same here. Okay. This is an anti-static bag, by the way, the sort of thing you use for heat embossing. Okay. So then I'm going to take the other star, and again, you've got the star here. This is your centre tab, so on the outside of this tab here, that's where you're going to stick your other star. There's this little sticky feet again. So that's going to go in there, like that. Just going to powder its feet so we don't end up with stickiness in the wrong places. And then I'm going to make them match up at the top. In fact, I might fold it flat actually. Let me fold it flat and stick them together like that. There we go. Okay. So now what we've got to do is put the middle one on. So we've got the two outside ones. So now we just need to do the middle one. So for this, we need to do the same again as we've done with these. So we're going to do the top and then the 4 feet. Now with this central one, what I would probably advise you do is you stick, you're going to have to be a bit careful, these don't stick. I would stick them at the top first, if I were you. Leaving those two little bits. So I would stick the middle one, I'd definitely stick at the top first. And then you can go ahead and stick your feet down. So let's just got to be careful that you don't end up sticking them in the wrong place. And so what's going to happen here is I've got 2 sticky feet here and 2 sticky feet here. These 2 sticky feet are going to stick here on the other side. Oh, sorry, on the other side of this tab here. So they're going to stick here, and the other 2 sticky feet are going to stick here. Okay. So that's those done. See where they're stuck? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over, put it roughly into position. I'm going to fold the whole thing flat and stick it down, because then you know it's definitely going to fold flat. And then when you open it up, hopefully, moment of truth, ta-da, you've got your 3 stars stuck down. Okay, so there's your 3 stars. And so that's the middle of your card. I would probably make sure, because obviously I had a problem with this middle bit here, with it pulling. So I'd probably just make sure you really do get that in to that centre. And it is quite a chunky card, because once you've got all those layers, you've got quite a bulk there. Okay, so you're probably best to make your front as flat as you can. So we're going to go ahead and get the front sorted out now. Right, going to keep the front quite simple. So just die cut out a gold bauble and backed it with some of the purple card. And then I've just found a little Christmas greeting I can use. And I'm going to use foam pads because I do want it to stand out. but they're not very thick ones. Okay, so there's the finished card. I might add some bling on it, I don't know, we'll see. And you open it up and you've got the stars that pop up. Okay, so it's not the easiest of cards, but it's also not the most tricky. I hope you'll have a go. Obviously if you had the die it'd be a lot easier. However, not all of us have the die. And yeah, like I said before, I have not seen this mechanism. I came up with this mechanism. Okay, there might be something else online, or this might be, you know, online somewhere, but you know, I've not seen anything. I've literally seen Cameron Burniston doing it using the Sizzix. I think it was the Sizzix die. Not sure what die it was, but anyway, it was a special star die, and it cuts it all out for you and everything. And so yeah, I saw her doing that, and I made one, as you saw, and tried to copy what the die did. Not very successfully, as you can see. It's just a bit messy around here. Yeah, so that's why I've then come up with this system with the tabs. Okay, so that's my own original design. If you do this card, if you could credit me, that would be great. If not, that's fine. Obviously I understand that if a lot of people see this, they're not going to be able to credit me, but that's fine. But yeah, so I hope you have a go. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you again soon.